Hey Stamping friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachel Coon and it's our Wednesday's kit class. Today I'll be showing you how to make cute little chocolate nugget treat holders and Scrappy tree tags. Gonna hold while I flip and we'll get started. All right. So here is what we'll be making today. Some of you may have seen some of these before and thought, I wonder how they do that. Well, today we'll go ahead and show you. They're really easy and quick, so you can whip up a lot of them, and they're great gifts to give to your mailman or a teacher or even coworkers. They're really fun and easy. Mostly today, I want to help you try to figure out what to do with those leftover pieces of designer series paper that you have from previous card projects that you just have lying around and you don't know what to do with. So that's what we're going to help you out with. This is our Wednesday's kit class. So that means that if you order between now and Friday using that hostess code, you get today's kit for free when you place that $35 order. And the kit comes with 2 of these little nugget sleighs and 2 tags for you to make as well. Of course, I always suggest items to get to help you get to that 35, and one of them is our pine tree punch, which is the item that we're using today, or any solid punch. The moose punch would also be great for something like this, and there's a handful of other ones, like the ornament one would be really cool to do the Scrappy technique with. And also, I suggest some DSP. I'm using the classic Christmas one, and that's $11.50. I think this one's actually on back order right now, but there's other Christmas paper we still have available, and then also tear tape. That is another item that I suggest, and if you get all 3 of those, your cart should be ready to go to get you to that 35. If you hang on tight to the end of this video, I'll show you some other items I've been making for my vendor event this Saturday. And when I do those events, I usually use retired items. So let me show you some really cool things that I've been using some of our older paper. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So this one is really cute. It's just these 3 nuggets in this cello bag, and it has what I call a little sleigh. You see, if you can see that. Okay, there we go. On the back side, you can see this little sleigh here. And these are super easy to make, and you just attach that cute tag. I also have this one where it's without a sleigh, and I've added 5 instead of the 3, and just have lots of different colors in that DSP. This one's a little bit more loose, and either one is totally fine. Just depends on what you have time for. Let's go ahead and show you how to do it. Let's make this cute sleigh one first, and then I'll show you how to make the tag. So let's scoot some things aside. What you'll need are Hershey Nuggets. I don't know if you've seen these at your store or if you have them in your store. This is a very much a U.S. thing. They're these cute little nuggets. It's right there. And they come in multiple flavors or in a combo pack. So you should maybe this one. This one had 145 pieces in it, and it's a Hershey's Nuggets assortment. I love it because those colors are awesome for Christmas, and they sell them in that bulk for fairly cheap, so I can make a lot for not very much. All right, so we're going to take a piece of DSP. This is 1 inch by 3 inches. And all we're going to do is get our Tombow glue out. We're going to take our nugget, and I try to center it just about like that, and you can do either side. I'm going to do the star side today. And we're going to flip it over, and we're going to tack one side over. Well, let me grab my lid off, because that'll be helpful to have. We're going to go ahead and we'll tack one side under and the other, just like this. I usually like to try to hold it with one hand and my glue in this hand, and we'll do a tuck and glue. For this one, there's no score lines at all. You're just wrapping it. And I've learned to really like this glue because it's really easy to slide off. And I just glue it on one side. I hold it together like this for about 10 seconds. Either count or I talk to someone. And then I'll lay it down flat to dry. Just like that. I already have some others over here ready to go that I've made before. And I can show you. They're really easy. Let's see if I can get this one. That one's stuck. They're usually really easy to slide off. So let's say if you were to make these for a vendor event like I do, what I could do is get rid of the chocolate each season and reuse the wraps if they didn't sell out. I usually get rid of all of these. Either I sell out or I use them as gifts as well. All right, so we have our 3 of our nuggets already wrapped in our DSP. And then we have this cute little sleigh. And this one we did score. And then what we have it at is a 4 inches on this side and 2 inches on this side. And I scored it on both ends at the 1/2 inch mark. So it leaves about 1 inch right here in the middle. And we'll take our bone folder. If you wanted to, you could do this in any color. And also you can even stamp a little cute message on the back. If it's a lighter color, I usually will stamp the Stampin' Up little copyright image there when I sell them. So that way people know that anything I've used has been with Stampin' Up. All right, next we need our tear tape. So you see how I just kind of bent those and I made like a little sled to hold our chocolates. I'm going to take our tear tape and I'm just doing this to help hold it in place. The other one did not need it, this guy right here. And so I just had him in that cello bag. Those cello bags you can buy from almost anywhere, Amazon. They're 2 inches by 10. And I end up cutting off the tops. I don't need all 10 inches of it. And so I trim it 2 sides. Okay, so we have our tear tape on there. And all we do then is just place our little nuggets. I usually start from the bottom and work my way up. Stack them on top of each other, just like that. And then we're going to slide it into our cello bag. Hey, you guys, I see a couple of visitors here. Thank you so much for joining me. I love having you guys here when I'm stamping and talking. Okay, so we put it in the bag, and now we just need some of our copper ribbon. This is from that basket weave, a combo pack. The other one's like a mint macaroon, and it went with a lot of the Thanksgiving style. And I just have really liked it with this one because of that metallic look on those candies. So I took about, let's see, that's a little bit more than 7, so probably about 9 inches, maybe 10 inches of ribbon, enough to make the bow of your size that you want. And we're just going to tie it in a knot for now, just like that on the top. I usually save this part for the end, but let's go ahead and trim it. And I usually go about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 above, and just try to cut as even as you can. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and make our tag, and then we'll attach it to there. For this tag, I have lots of leftover pieces. I don't know about you guys, but I just can't throw them away. And so I will keep them. Like I showed you earlier, this is my DSP that we're using, and look at all these scraps. So I have my full sizes right here, and then I put the scraps back in to kind of keep it semi-organized and together. I do like to have on this paper still in here as well that tells me the name of the paper, and it also tells me what colors they coordinate with. So I can see all of those right there, quick and easy. Okay, so for this part, we are just going to take these little scraps, and I usually, if I have them cut already, I'll just use the sizes that I have. These are about 2 inch by 1/4 of an inch, or even 1/2 inch. It doesn't really matter, and we're just going to layer them on the bottom of our crumb cake right here. You can kind of see where this one is. You know where we're going. So we're just going to put some glue here. I usually like to line up my glue just like that. And so it's quick and easy. We'll start with some stars on the bottom. And we'll push it down. Let's go with some red next. And that's going to be the hardest part, is just figuring out your pattern you want to use for your cute punch out. Let's add some of this fun little holly look here. Just like that. Just stacking them one on top of the other. Let's go back to some green. And that just might be tall enough right there. You always slide in our punch, that pine tree punch, and see if we have it tall enough. And usually you want to let this wait a little bit longer. See, I'm going to go one more. I feel like I just need one more strip right here, because you don't want these pieces to fall off once you cut it or punch it out. So usually I would let it dry just a little bit more. But for the sake of video, we will just keep it going. And if it falls off, luckily it's in the same shape and you just glue it back on. That happened to me earlier with my little tree stem over here. Okay, so we're gonna line it up. Oh, that looks so cool. Okay, it's kind of like a quilt, right? And then it's gonna be tighter because it's a thicker piece and you just have to wait for it and then punch really hard. And there we go. Our super cute scrappy tree that looks awesome. I do have this super favorite of mine. I love the stitch shapes because I have circles and they have rectangles, sorry, not rectangles, squares and ovals. And that's one of my favorite dies to use. So we use that one for this one. However, we need to stamp one thing on the back. Because if it's a tag, I usually like to have the to and from so that I can fill that out. I'm using that same color, which is I think the garden green. Oh, no, shaded spruce today. I'm using our shaded spruce green. And I have our to and from right there. During Christmas, I usually keep this just always on a block. And the one I'm using this year is our Don't Stop Believing. It's a cute little to and from right there. But we have a couple stamp sets that have to and from on them. And you can use whatever and whichever one you have. All right, we're going to go to and from. My suggestion is always to stamp your little to and from before you attach anything to the front of your tag, just so it's even stamping. I have forgotten before and had to been very careful of how I've placed it. So then we're going to just flip it over so we know which side is up. And then we're just going to add dimensionals. Probably just even one dimensional to our little tree here. Just like that. And we'll flip him over and put him just about center on this tag. Of course, we can add our own little star rhinestone to it. These are those champagne rhinestones, which I love, but any embellishment right here on the top. You can even add a cute little punched out star. Oh, I love it. This is a retired hole punch, but any hole punch you have that fits the size of thread or twine or ribbon is what I would suggest you would use. And I just go off to the side just a little bit. If you want to, you can go right underneath that tree, but I like it just off to the side. And of course, I'm using linen thread, my favorite. I'm just going to thread it through. What I like to do when I'm doing tags like this is I'll knot it at the top and then I'll attach it to the bow portion. That's why we stuck our Nugget bag a second ago, just so that we could add our tag too. Super cute. You see that shine? Oh, I love this one. Okay. We're going to attach it. Let me put this back on screen. I just ran that through our ribbon there, and we'll just tie a bow. And this little nugget tree holder will be done. Super easy. Like I said, and I can mass produce it. Oh, I love it. I love those papers together. They're super fun and like the true colors of Christmas. The honest colors of Christmas. Okay, like I promised, I told you I had some more things I can show you because that was it for today. And I've been making things like crazy for my vendor event. So with that, I'll show you the one that I made using some retired items. See, very similar, just different paper and that same little scrappy tree. I did use the retired Starburst punch, which gave it that quick shape to it. I do like using punches for when I do my vendor events because they're a lot quicker. Going with that same tree theme, I made this really cute little clear box. This is in our catalog right now, and I filled it up with these yummy, yummy mint truffles from Costco. There's about 6 of them in there, and I've embossed our little tree punch, and I put little red ornaments on them, and of course, I try to make it look like a little Christmas present by putting a bow on there. So this is a fun one that I'm selling this weekend. Along with that, we have a nail file holder that I've made using DSP. Again, this is retired DSP because I want to use that up. I can't sell that to you guys online, so I sell it to my in-person events. And this is really cute. It's really easy to make. If you guys are interested in learning this one, let me know, and I can do another Facebook Live teaching you how to make these nail file holders. But I did punch out that little tree again to make them match. And then we'll go back to the nuggets. This really cute little snowman nugget guy. So he's on that same sled, but instead of using DSP, I just used Whisper white paper. And then I had leftovers from last year. Usually I use a stamp for his eyes and his nose, or I cut it out with a triangle to make his little nose. But this guy had these leftovers from last year that I found that are felt, and I just attached it and made some really quick, easy nugget snowmans. Isn't he so cute? He's one of my favorites. And then this is a new one that I use, that new tag topper that's in the holiday catalog. And also that Don't Stop Believing. It's this cute little Santa. And this is my Kisses Countdown Santa calendar. Because on the back side of this tag, I've added a little printout of the December calendar. And I've added 25 kisses in here. And so whoever gets this late can eat a lot of kisses until they start counting down and get to the right day. And I thought that this would be a really fun one with that Santa because he's so cute. Love him. All right, so those are just a couple of my items. Let me put them back in view so you can see them all. If you guys want to learn how to make any of these, please say something so I can know. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys had a wonderful first week of December. Today's my son's birthday, so we're going to go celebrate tonight as much as we can during COVID. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.